People come and they build things, but they build things for the people they want to be here, not for the people who are here. Folks have always been about innovation and what does it mean to be able to meet new needs. Atlanta has kind of rewritten what innovation looks like in so many ways. So could there be innovative ways to help care for what Jesus called the least of these? If Atlanta can't do it, I don't know who can. So my name is Darryl Ford. I am a pastor and a law clerk at a law firm that does civil rights law. In many ways, this work is to figure out what it looks like to advocate for those who really don't have the power structures to advocate for themselves. There are a lot of folks who are underrepresented, especially in Atlanta, along racial and economic lines, that don't have access to the levers of justice. And so often they end up getting taken advantage of. It's really easy for them to be overlooked. And so I'm trying to be a small part of that process of making them feel seen, feel heard, but then making sure that they're advocated for well too. One of the best ways for me to love my neighbor is to get involved specifically on the legislative side. It's not exclusively the legislative side, but I just know that more often than not, I can do a whole lot for somebody. I can go to a back to school jam and pack a backpack. I can throw a turkey over a wall for Thanksgiving. But when they go back home, all of those structural issues are still affecting them. But being a part of some things that might lead to systemic change, I think I'm keeping the great commandment in doing that. There's a heaviness in Atlanta history, but also a hope in Atlanta history for me. And I feel like it's important to hold those two in concert well. I think some folks in Atlanta will often love like the fun parts and the sexiness, if you will, some really great history that people love to hold on to. At the expense of the heaviness. Folks have always been about innovation and what does it mean to be able to meet new needs. Atlanta has kind of rewritten what innovation looks like in so many ways. So could there be innovative ways to help care for what Jesus called the least of these? If Atlanta can't do it, I don't know who can. My biggest concern with the massive growth that's happening in Atlanta is the folks that get displaced and forgotten. People come and they build things, but they build things for the people they want to be here, not for the people who are here. If you're living in a marginalized community that's been blighted from so many different issues, both economic disempowerment and otherwise, and then new people move in, and the first thing you see is a kale smoothie shop, when really you need some other things that are gonna give more resources into the community. Maybe you need places that are gonna actually help, deal with the fact that there are food deserts in certain areas. Maybe you need folks that are gonna come in and help raise literacy rates. Whatever it is, whatever those issues are, there's a lot that are there. Rarely do those resources get brought in. The people who've already gotten those resources elsewhere are here now to say, we have more things we want. We don't mind if it slowly or quickly pushes people out. Atlanta has been predominantly Black for a really long time, but as of the 2020 census, for the first time in a really long time, it's not a Black majority. So where are they going? And I feel like that question isn't being asked enough. I just think people are almost like out of sight, out of mind.